Summer is going by so fast. The flowers are bursting with color. The beauty outside has just really inspired me to finally address a room in my house that is my least favorite. So with that in mind, I'm going to set out thrifting to find the perfect touches to finally make this room feel a little more loved and a little more like me for the time that we do have left here. So let's go thrifting to find some unexpected, some surprises, and the treasures that are meant for us that always arrive when we least expect it. Cheers, my thrifting friends. Okay, well, I'm here at the Enfield Goodwill for a little fun, but really I have a wish list today. I am trying to find some really pretty things to spruce up my least favorite room in my house, and that's my bedroom. I know it should be my most, but it's not. I'll explain why when we get back home, but wish me luck. I hope I can find some really pretty things just to kind of spruce it up. Let's see what we can find. Well, this interesting print caught my eye from quite a distance. But unfortunately, it was just that, an inexpensive print, even though the subject matter was quite mesmerizing. It had a lot of damage on it and it was not of good quality. Had this been an original painting, I would have been swooning over it, but it was just an inexpensive print. But still, a very interesting subject matter. I did like that. Holly Hobby just has my heart. You guys know that. I grew up with my room decorated in Holly Hobby, so whenever I find it out thrifting, it's always such a sweet little nostalgic find for me. This was quite a cute little cross stitch. Also, pressed flowers. That's a very 80s nostalgic craft. I remember pressing a lot of flowers and making pictures out of them. This picture definitely brought those memories back. So in my bedroom refresh, I am looking for anything that I think might bring it closer to my style. It's such a frustrating room for me. And I did look at this quilt. I thought it was really beautiful, that very pale ballerina pink and all that chenille design on it. It was very tempting. All right, I thought this was a gorgeous piece of glass until I noticed that that entire piece is broken and glued back on. So we left that behind, but had that not been broken, I would have really enjoyed that. As well as this clock. At first glance, it was really unusual, but as I looked closer at it, it was just an inexpensive plastic replica, but the concept of it was cool. Okay, I love this pink floral glassware. I recently watched a video with Love Christina, and she used it for her daughter's birthday party. And I just remember this glass and I thought, wow, I forgot how pretty this glass really is. This, yes, this, I don't care what it costs because I love these eggs. And if this has its original fabric inside, it does. Nice. Awesome. I love collecting these very ornate, elegant eggs with all those jewels on it. This is coming home with me. All right, excuse this man. Excuse me, sir. What I'm really looking at, sir, okay, yes, is this glass decanter drink dispenser. I loved the whole thing, but it was missing its top. Darn it. All right, who does this? I'm not judging, but when you have beautiful side and stricker glass, because that's what this is, it's side and stricker, it's a pattern from them, and you glue it together, oh man, at least keep it. Like, don't donate it. If you're going to make that kind of craft, keep it. It's just a shame to see those pieces glued together. Separately, I would have totally purchased them. I love side and stricker glass. All right, I think I can use this in my bedroom refresh. It's perfect. A little book with the roses on it. Perfect to put stuff on my nightstand. I think that's going to work. As well as this carved dark mahogany candlestick. This is beautiful. This matches that shelf that I just recently thrifted. I showed you guys. Lenox is such a thing for me. I love Lenox. Especially these very classic pieces made in the USA. It's just, yeah, $11.99 is actually a very good price for that. It just hasn't really held its value. It's very nostalgic for me. I love Lenox. I wonder if it'll come back to be really, really popular. Of course, I adore pink depression glass because it's so feminine and very pretty. And for $15, I think I am going to purchase this very large compote bowl. I love the pressed glass design of it. The color of it is exactly the color that I collect, and I don't have one. All right, if you needed to do a bathroom refresh, this Goodwill I was in had quite a few rugs to choose from. It looked like they had gotten a donation of newer items. And for once, they were very reasonably priced. I thought $5.99 was very reasonable for this like new condition tub rug, and they had quite a few to choose from. Love pottery, so I think I'm going to grab this piece for my store. I have sold out of pretty much all the pottery pieces I have. I maybe have a handful left. Very popular. I think pottery as a thrifted item is very popular. Oh, look at this seashell, this little paper roses seashell. It just, caught my eye because it's the perfect blend of the seashore, which I love, and feminine roses, which I also love. I'm checking out this glass vase as well. I think I can use it in my bedroom refresh. I love the Victorian lady that's on it. I like the blue one too. There was a bunch of them there, right? All on the same shelf together. I do think black glass with these calla lilies is something I'm going to use on my nightstand. I'm going to show you a really clever way to use it. I also do like this vase, but I love the bird, but I do not like the orange flowers. It's not my colorway. So I'm going to go with the calla lilies. I'm going to show you how to use it. More calla lilies. I do love calla lilies. They're beautiful. Actually, they grow wild in California. If any of you are from California, you can vouch for me in the comments, but they grow wild along the roadsides. I, for a quick minute, was thinking this might be old ironstone. It is not. It is just modern porcelain, but it's still pretty. There's more of this pink roses glass. Like I said, with love, Christina had used some of her collection, some of her pieces, in a lovely little birthday party in her recent video, and it just made me think how pretty this really is. This marble top table, I considered it. I did not go for it because I didn't like the base of it. I did like the marble top of it though. And finally, this dresser. Boy, if I had room for another dresser, this is one I would definitely consider. I thought the flowers on it were lovely. I love the light pine whitewash, and it did come with a beautiful mirror that was in excellent condition, a beautiful metal mirror, and it was $20 for both pieces. The whole thing. It was the floral dresser with mirror, $19.99. That was a great price. If I needed it for my bedroom, I definitely would have went for it. I do not, but I really admired it. It was a very lovely piece for a great price. Well, that was a lot of fun. I had a really good time looking around. I found some really nice stuff. I'm gonna drive back up because one of the things I found is very breakable. So I left it on the counter so that I can drive up and get it, but I'm super excited. So I got some pieces, I did. I think I'm gonna be happy with my spruced up bedroom. And yeah, let me show you. Let me get home and show you. So when I thrift, I rarely thrift for one big makeover. I usually collect a lot of things until finally one day it all comes together and I'm ready to do a room. So that day is today for my bedroom. This has been my least favorite room in this house for shortly after owning it, and I'll explain you why in a moment. But first, let me tell you the pieces that really brought this together for me. And the first piece that sort of made it, yes, now is the time to redo this room, was this beautiful quilt that was gifted to me by Wonderful. So let's take a look. I could not resist when they showed me the designs that they had. So I picked out this really gorgeous tapestry look. I absolutely love them. So let's take a look at what I'm getting in this package. And this is going to be the inspiration for my room. So I love that this is such a lightweight, season-friendly design. It was definitely breathable enough for summer, and I think it's going to be cozy enough for cooler nights as well. It's such an effortless, elevated look. It's pretty without trying too hard, and it's such a romantic English garden floral. I think it's perfect for the vintage style I'm going for. So we'll keep it really brief, but oftentimes people don't want to talk about the imperfections of their own home because, you know, you want to love your home. You want to be happy in your home. And I am. I'm very grateful for this home. It has served me well. But I will say these strange looking curtains behind me, the reason why these are here is because this is literally a wall of windows. This is all glass behind me and it faces due west. And what I didn't realize when I bought this house was that the sun was going to stream in like crazy. And this room is so huge. This is the master in this contemporary. This is bigger than most people's living rooms. We have 6 dressers in here. We have a king size bed, and look at all the room that is still, it's crazy. We have a couch in here. It's truly a master, but it's truly a very hard room to keep cool and dark, which is what you need to sleep, right? Coolness, darkness. So that's why this room has always been an issue. I never spend any time in here. So what we've had, other than sleeping, so what we've had to do to make it livable for sleeping is put many layers in front of this glass. We have a solar block. We have a shade. We have mini blinds. And then we have these blackout curtains. That's what you need to keep out not only the light, but the heat, the intense heat. We're already on our 3rd air conditioning unit for this zone of our house. Now this hot mess behind me right here, this is a hot mess. This is another air conditioner, and because these are crank out windows, so they're vertical crank out, you have to buy like this plastic tent thing to get the air exhaust out the window. It's a hot mess. So you can see, you know, so look what we're working with, you know, this big, huge thing of curtains that's creepy, this extra air conditioner that we need to run in here just to keep it cool. I'm so grateful for the space. I really am. It's a really big space, but I just want it to feel more like me, and I want it to just make me happy for the time that I have left here. So we're going to put a few things out to accomplish that, mostly all thrifted, and my one beautiful quilt. But before I get too far into it, I've noticed some dust. We've got some dust. So let me do some quick dusting. Then we're going to get to decorating, and you can just watch me change a few things in here to bring it more to my style. So the next piece that really brought this whole thing together for me was this vintage hurricane lamp that I just picked up at the Goodwill that you guys saw me shopping. Oh my goodness. So I found this for $24.99, which I think is completely fair. Oh look, the tag is like barely on here. I'm always worried when they put the tags right over the hand painting of these pieces, because there came off perfect, because I'm always worried it's going to get ruined. But look how beautiful that is with the butterfly, and it has the frosted chimney, but this beautiful shade is what got me. Look at that beautiful butterfly. It's so lovely, so nostalgic. This is just so beautiful. So I'm gonna clean this up with a little glass cleaner, and then we're gonna put it right over there, and it's gonna look amazing. I can't wait to put it out. I hope it lights up and looks really pretty. I do have all of these decor pieces that I picked up from the Goodwill. A couple of these I didn't even show you yet. I got 2 of these beautiful brass cranes. They were $11.99 each. These were in their boutique case. These are not the most beautiful, are they not? I absolutely love them. I think you guys saw me grab this. This was $14.99 in their boutique case. I really love pink depression glass. You guys saw me grab this beautiful candlestick. I just love the carved accents in this. I think it goes really beautiful with that Victorian sofa that I have in here. That's perfect. And then I picked up 3 of these glass and metal candlesticks. I think they go great with my throw, and just like the different colors in the pillows here that I have. Of course, this I think is so elegant. I picked it up because of the color, obviously. It was $9.99, totally worth it to me. But the inside has the original satin in it. I have something very special I'm going to put inside of here, and I think it really matches the vibe of the room completely. Think that this black vase with the Kayla lilies is very elegant. And this box with the with the red rose on it. This book, it's a box book. I love these for just putting my night cream, anything I would want by the side of my bed, maybe my earphones. I think even my phone would fit in this, to put that on the side of my bed. I think that would be great. So let's see if I can find a spot for all this. right, so the last thing I want to do is change this artwork out. I do love it. I love birds, but it's very modern. It's really not my taste. I just put it there because it was a really long vertical piece, and I thought to take up the space on the wall, you know, we're going to do that. But what I really have, and I've had these for quite a while, I have 3 of these botanical prints. I actually thrifted them before I even started this YouTube channel. So let me show you what they are and get them all up on the wall. And I think they're going to make a big change. I think they're going to look a lot more traditional and more my style. Thank you again, Wonderful Bedding, for gifting me this gorgeous quilt. And if you're looking for an easy bedroom upgrade, the Amazon link will be in my description. So, out of the blue, this consignor calls me up. I get a lot of phone calls every day for all kinds of stuff. But this gentleman called me up and asked, do you take vintage dishware? And my first initial feeling was like, no, we don't sell stuff like that. But I don't know, something just made me be like, well, sometimes we do if it's, you know, really classic, if it's maybe like Lenox or something like that. I had no idea what he had. And he goes, well, I have a whole set of Royal Albert Wild Country Roses. I'm like, what? Okay. I was like, yeah, I think we can sell that. Sure. What time would you like to come in? And he's like, well, I need some time to wrap it all up. I said, how's 3 o'clock? He's like, sure, I'll bring it by 3 o'clock. And I'm thinking, who knows, you know, what this is, but let's see. 3 o'clock comes, he comes in the door, he's got this whole box, and yeah, that's exactly what this is. I have never seen so many beautiful pieces of this Royal Albert Old Country Roses. If you collect vintage porcelain, I'm sure you've heard of this before. It's stunning, it's beautiful, it's the Made in England, it's the older stamp, Made in England. And yeah, let me show you a couple of pieces close up. So basically he had 8 place settings complete. So this is the lunch plate. He has 8 dinner plates, the lunch plate, the bowls, the teacups, the tea saucers, and a salt and pepper, 1 salt and pepper. So he's got I think 1 serving bowl in this too. Unbelievable. Most beautiful thing. I have wanted the old roses pattern for basically my entire adult life. I've never found, you know, a lot of pieces in good condition all in one place. I always see it for sale, like when John and I went up to Brimfield, like the Mariners Field. I saw people selling this so out of my price range. I have 1 set of similar. I have the Lenora pattern, and I showed it a few videos back that I found 6 dinner plates and 6 lunch plates or salad plates at Savers. And I bought obviously the whole thing, and I've loved it. I've used it, but it's just the dinner plates and the salad plates. No bowls, no teacup saucers, none of that stuff. So, but now of course, so I'm definitely buying this from this man. So I'm going to give him fair market value. I'm going to enter it into our system and then pay him his commission. But to have a whole box of this, just randomly, this is like the best thing that's ever come into my shop. For me personally, of course, I've had beautiful things. I've had beautiful jewelry. I've had beautiful like Louis Vuitton bags, Gucci bags. I've had a lot of things like that. But for me personally, my own personal, love and desire, Royal Albert, 8 place settings, is stunningly beautiful. I will never see this again. Just fall into my lap like this. And I'm going to take advantage of that. And I'm going to put these into my life. And they're so beautiful. I cannot wait to set a table with these, or someday have a hutch to display them in. Let me show you a little bit in my store. I got like 25 minutes before I have to open today. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to be saving 2 of the hutches that are in here. I can totally picture these displayed in these hutches when I move someday. I'm going to be taking these with me. Hopefully I have space in them in my future amazing old home. And let me show you what I'm talking about. So I have these 2 hutches right now, and as you can see, this large one holds all of my designer purses. We have all kinds of stuff in here. We got Gucci, Louis Vuitton, all kinds of stuff. And then the other one over here, I have some sterling silver jewelry in. This is a corner hutch. Let me back up so you can see what we have here. So this one, and these are all open. None of these have any doors on them. So what I wanted to do is when we move someday, this lower level, this is the kind of thing I would probably make like a curtain for, like put in like a tension rod or a string, and then just have like a curtain all along the bottom here, and then utilize the top open the way it's meant to be. Same with this one. I'd probably put a little curtain where I have all these pillows stuffed, and then utilize the upper part to be open. But yeah, can you picture a beautiful set of Royal Albert Old Country Roses displayed in this antique white large hutch, and this corner hutch? I know I can. So I mostly sell clothes. I mean, that's how I primarily make my living. It's a consignment store for clothing, but we do have a lot of home goods as well. And yeah, we just make a lot of seasonal displays. This one's seasonal for summer. Love the blue pottery, all the different little blue pieces. And we definitely sell vintage things as well. A lot of people do bring in vintage things. This mug is amazing. And of course, I source a lot of this myself, as you guys see in my videos when I'm thrifting. I'm constantly looking for cute home decor things to put in the store. We do have a lot of costume jewelry. I just utilize all kinds of different things to display it on, just things that I have found throughout the years. Well, in general, I have 2 large kind of console tables here. I've had these since I've owned the store. These are pretty old. And I try to put linens and baskets underneath. But on top, I have quite a bit of costume jewelry. Everything old and interesting that I have found throughout the years. I utilize cake plates, little stands, interesting figurines. Some things are professional jewelry displays, like these wooden slats. And, this bust right here and this bracelet holder. But other things like her. I love her. I put lots of necklaces on her. And yeah, just bigger. This was meant to be like a candle holder. So yeah, that's just a candle holder. And then I found this like clip thing. I don't even know what this is. I don't even know where I found it. It's been so many years, but I love putting really big earrings on it. It looks like like a weeping willow tree or something. Yeah. So that's what our jewelry looks like. So this is my dressing room. I know it sounds weird to kind of show you a dressing room, but I've had to be as creative as possible in my small space. So this is a pretty good sized dressing room, and I've tried to put a lot of things in here that are fun and interesting. Just little things that might inspire you to have, you know, self-confidence and all that stuff, which is really hard when you're looking at yourself in a mirror and you're trying on clothes. I realize that. So I try to make it really fun in here, as creative as possible. Just, you know, cheerful and fun. Lots of mirrors, but pretty mirrors. You're always going to look pretty in my mirrors. We also do a lot of home goods as well. I have 2 rooms dedicated to that, in addition to all the clothing that I carry. So, you know, I definitely show, I haven't shown my store in a really long time. I'm actually doing this because one of my subscribers commented saying, oh, you know, show us your store. Actually, more than one. I've had a lot of people recently comment, a lot of new subscribers, and they were wondering where my store was and what everything looked like. So I figured, well, now's the time. Usually I show it at seasonal change. I'll show you changing my front windows. I have big bay front window that I decorate. But yeah, this is what my little home goods. It's definitely a mixture of vintage and modern. I sell both. I have a market for both. Anything eclectic. Yeah, you guys see me thrift sourcing for this area. But if it's eclectic, cool, I don't know how else to explain it, but it's got to be something that I really feel is going to, you know, click with my customers seasonally, classically, timelessly. But this is what we got going on right now. So this is a room that I have mostly, you know, all clothes. I just have all my tops and stuff in here. But oftentimes people are trying to buy a lot of the decor props that I use. So let me give you a look at some of the things I have so you kind of get my vibe here. We got the Pretty in Pink album, classic. Sex and the City, and the same blue shoes. These are the Bagley Mishka shoes or something like that that Carrie had. She loved them for her wedding. These are actually pictures of my own grandmother. So this is my father's mother. And Devil Wears Prada, my mother's mother. So I have my grandmothers with me in the store all the time. And then just some interesting books and stuff. This is a Femme Fatale coffee table book, an old Maryland lunchbox, Sex and the City trivia game. I love Stevie Nicks. Always loved her growing up. So we got some Stevie Nicks biographies. Fun tambourine, an ode to her. Some books that I really love. Audrey Hepburn, of course, timeless. That's right, Girl's Guide to Being a Boss. The effortlessly elegant Jackie and some of her pearls. And of course, the iconic Marilyn. Always got to have her. We love Hollywood. Listen, we love Britney Spears. She's been through a lot. We got to give it to her. More Audrey, more Jackie, of course, and of course Diana. So yeah, it's a fun room. A lot of people try to buy a lot of the stuff that I have as decor, especially the books and stuff. But more interesting decor I have. This is where I hang up all of the like activewear. You know, if you're into like sweatshirts, sweat tops, pajamas, anything we have like that. But above that, I have more really cool stuff. I have a Marlene Dietrich book, classic Sharon Moonstruck. I love that movie. This is probably one of the most picked items that people try to bring up to the register to buy, this hippie book. I don't know why it attracts so many people, but yeah, it's a coffee table book called Hippie, and a lot of people try to grab that. Dita Von Teese, I think she's amazing. Totally amazing, of course. Sleepless in Seattle, classic. This is a vintage flapper dress that I picked up thrifting. Obviously they didn't know what they had. I probably got it for a couple dollars, but it's a 1920s. It will only fit on this little small mannequin that I have, so it sits up here. The art of growing up. Yep. An old camera. This is another thing that a lot of people try to... This is actually my own camera. I remember having this when I lived in my first apartment. So we're talking in the late 80s. It still has film in it. Yep, still has film in it. So I remember taking pictures at like Halloween parties and stuff using this camera. It was like really fun. And of course, the ultimate frenemies. Cute. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed that tour of my store, little mini tour. I was overdue to give one because I know that I haven't really featured it too much lately, but it is a huge part of my life. It's my full-time job. And I know a lot of you out there probably think, wow, what's it like to own a boutique, run a store? I run this by myself. I have no employees. I've never had any employees or help doing this. This is my 13th or 14th year doing this. And yeah, it's been fun showing you around. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It's a little quirky. It's not a usual setup for a store because it's a very strange space I'm in. It's a lot of little rooms. So when you walk down this hallway, you know, I have that main room that I showed you, but there's a lot of quirky little aisles and rooms. You know, these are all different rooms. I think it used to be another room, like a medical office. If you can picture like having different medical, another room. So I think you get the drift. There's a lot of rooms and hallways, and I think it was used as a medical office at one point. But yeah, it was fun showing you, and hopefully you enjoyed it. And leave me a comment below what you think about my store. I'd be curious to know what you think about how I have it decorated and stuff like that. Well, now that you know how these beautiful dishes came into my life, I wanted to give you an even better look at them. Now I have them home. John's gonna cook us a beautiful dinner to put on them. Stuffed eggplant. All right, John, welcome back to the kitchen. It's been a hot minute.
Yep.
We've barbecued with you, but we've missed you in the kitchen. So what's going on today?
This is my ratatouille moment. If anyone saw that little animated movie where the food critic gets taken back to his childhood by the simple peasant dish of ratatouille.
Aww.
When I was growing up, every year we had a vegetable garden, every year we grew eggplant, and every year my mom would make fake stuffed eggplant.
Okay, so this is a family recipe for you.
It's not her recipe, but it's...
Oh, family memory, I should say.
Yeah, it's just a family memory.
Yeah, that's awesome, baby. I don't think I've ever had... I haven't never had homemade stuffed eggplant. I've only had it out at a restaurant. So this will be a first for me.
It's a very simple dish. It's very easy to make.
Okay.
It takes about just a little bit over an hour front to back. So it's not going to burden anybody.
We got all the time in the world. It's a Sunday.
Yep. And you can make it with or without meat. We are making it with meat.
Okay.
My mom would actually use Italian sausage. Okay. We're using regular beef.
Okay.
Really, if you were making this recipe, just any kind of minced meat.
All right. Show us how to do it.
Okay. no real amount of time here. The onions were frying, separating, changing color a little bit while we chopped up our eggplant. So whenever you finish chopping, just add that in. You need to add more olive oil. Go ahead and add it. Eggplant's kind of a sponge.
Yep.
And this you're going to want to cook for about 10 minutes.
That's good, and it smells delicious.
So we have a pound of meat. We want pretty much half that. So we're going to get that in there, and we just want to brown it up as quick as we can. And mix it in with the eggplant. Get everything kind of homogeneous over here.
All right, so these tomatoes. Tell us about them.
These are the tomatoes from our garden that we canned last year.
That's right. These are last year's tomatoes. Are you guys ready for this year's canning episodes? Let's not jinx it, but it's looking good out there. For tomatoes, I mean.
So Diane asked why I was keeping it separate.
Off camera, I said, why are you making it in the middle?
And it's because my mom would actually remove all the eggplant and then cook the meat in there and then add the eggplant back. And I'm not that energetic, I guess. So I gave the hottest part of the pan to the beef so that I could brown it, break it up nice and small. Now that it's nice and small,
now you're going to fold it in.
Fold that in because now I can mix it all together. Add in our tomatoes from last year.
Yeah. Boy, they look so red still, so bright.
Yep. So the eggplant's cooked for 10 minutes. You can see it looks nice. Everything's nice and evenly mixed. It cooked down quite a bit, so it will fit in our shells for us. So you want to plan ahead. You want to grease a baking dish or a baking sheet, whatever you plan on using. So we got our pan, we got our oven on at 350, so it can get ready for us. We want to put all this back into the mixing dish. So we're just going to cover that with half a cup of breadcrumbs while our oven heats up.
I know, I just heard it. This is our fresh herbs from the garden that John just picked.
Now we want at least half a cup of some nice Parmesan. We'll do this over the bowl and pretend not to notice if we spill any.
Sounds good. You know, that's going to be the magic right there. That's going to make it taste really good.
We just want one egg to bring that all together.
Yeah, that cheese is going to be amazing. That it's just, yeah.
My mom would, of course, use just plain mozzarella. And
okay.
It was the real reason my brother and I liked this so much.
Aw.
We weren't really in it for the eggplant.
No, you were in it for the cheese?
The cheese and the sausage would go a long way.
Well, I'll tell you what, your mom watches our videos. So Louise, I hope you're enjoying watching John recreate his childhood memories. All right, our eggplant is done, but before we take that out of the oven, we made a little bit of ravioli. These are from Trader Joe's and they're ricotta and lemon, I think. Pretty sure that's what we got. Just a little side dish. I also made some tomato mozzarella salad. Again, just herbs from our garden. I used the rest of what John had picked for the zucchini, so it's like basil, oregano and tarragon, I think. All right. Got it. Woo. Yeah, that looks awesome. Oh, wow. Well, these dishes look so pretty and your dinner looks so pretty. Manja. All right, now we just got to pour the wine. Well, hope you guys try this recipe. I'll link it in the description. I can tell you right now, it's delicious.